Welcome to our deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at this amazing conversation between Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, and Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta. They were at SIGGRAPH, which is a big computer graphics conference, and they were talking about AI, and we've got some really interesting stuff to share with you about that conversation.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to hear these two guys who are at the forefront of AI talking. And it's amazing how AI is already in our lives, even if we don't realize it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, think about what we see online. Like, Zuckerberg was talking about how Meta's recommendation systems are some of the largest computing systems ever.
I know, it's unbelievable how much AI is going into shaping what we see on Facebook and Instagram.
He was also talking about how they improved their recommendation systems
Yeah.
and were able to combine the models they used to have for Reels and longer videos into just one.
So instead of having one for short videos and a separate one for longer content, they have one system that can handle both.
That makes the recommendations so much better, right?
It's true. It's a much more powerful system.
And this is just the beginning, it seems like. Because generative AI, things like ChatGPT, are changing everything. Now AI isn't just recommending content, it's creating it.
Exactly. Think about it, a future where so much of what we read and watch and listen to is made just for us on the fly based on what we like.
Zuckerberg was talking about how he uses this. He said he's been using WhatsApp's generative AI to make images. Like, he described a scene to the AI, an older Chinese man having whiskey at sunset with his 3 dogs. A golden retriever, a golden doodle, and a Bernese mountain dog.
And it just made the image right there.
Yeah, and he said users can now have the AI make images of themselves doing things too. He was talking about making pictures of his daughters as mermaids.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's a fun example, but it shows how accessible this tech is becoming. And he was talking about something called AI Studio.
Yeah, what's that about?
Well, he was talking about it being like a platform where anyone can build their own AI.
So like creators and businesses.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was thinking about how creators have such limited time to interact with their audience. But imagine an AI that's trained on the creator's content and style. It would be like having a whole team working for you all the time.
And Zuckerberg thinks this goes beyond just creators, too. Like, he thinks businesses could use it, too. AI could do customer service and sales and represent the company.
So it's like everyone gets an AI, but it makes you wonder about the best way to build this AI future. Like, should it be closed like Apple's App Store, or should it be open?
Well, they talked about that, and Zuckerberg is definitely in favor of open systems. He talked about the PC era and how Windows won because it was more open.
But he also said that things went differently with mobile, where Apple's closed system was more successful.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what will happen with AI.
Yeah, and he compared it to Meta's VR and AR operating system, Horizon OS. It's designed to be open and work with lots of different hardware.
And he even said he has a selfish reason for wanting open AI. He wants Meta to be able to build whatever they want without being restricted by platform providers.
So it's all about control in the end.
I guess so. But this wanting open AI led to something big. Meta decided to open source their AI model, Llama.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even Jensen Huang said that Llama 2, the updated version, was probably the biggest thing to happen in AI last year.
Why was it so big?
Well, before Llama, most people couldn't access these powerful AI models. Open sourcing it meant that so many companies and researchers could start building their own AI applications.
That's a huge change.
It led to a huge explosion of innovation, and Huang is clearly really excited at it, especially with NVIDIA's AI Foundry that uses Llama to help businesses build AI solutions.
So what else did they talk about that was interesting?
Well, they talked about something that could really change how we use tech, AI glasses. AI glasses, that sounds like something out of a movie.
I know, right? But Zuckerberg thinks AI could actually be in glasses that people wear before we even get that holographic AR everyone's talking about.
So we might get AI assistants in our glasses before we get the futuristic displays.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. He actually thinks that displayless AI glasses costing around $300 could be a huge market.
Okay, so no more always checking our phones. We could just talk to our AI and have real-time translation all in a normal-looking pair of glasses.
Exactly. And while the full holographic AR glasses are still a few years off, Zuckerberg thinks they could be possible soon in slightly bigger glasses that still look cool. There was even some joking around about it, with Huang teasing Zuckerberg about wanting to be a style icon.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's nice to remember these tech guys are just normal people. Speaking of people, Huang predicted something really interesting: the rise of personalized AI companions.
Yeah, he said our AI won't just be tools, they'll be like companions, always there to answer our questions and offer another perspective.
So we'll actually have conversations with them. It's like having a personal tutor all the time.
Right. He haven't said it's like having a rubber duck dogger. You know how sometimes if you're stuck on something, just explaining it out loud helps you figure it out?
Yeah.
That's what these AI companions could do. They could help us think about things in new ways.
And Zuckerberg thinks these companions could change how we use technology. He thinks they could help us stop relying on screens so much.
I know, right? He's talking about a world where we talk to our AI or even use gestures instead of staring at our phones all the time.
But that level of integration raises questions. Like, how do we know these AI companions will be developed responsibly? How do we ensure fairness and transparency and accountability?
Those are really important things to consider. Both Zuckerberg and Huang said that the ethical side of things is super important. It's not enough to just make powerful AI. We have to make sure it benefits society as a whole.
And what about the data? These AI systems need tons of data to work. Where does it come from? How is it collected and used?
Data privacy and security are super important. We have to make sure people have control over their own data and that it's not being misused.
This is a lot to think about. This conversation with Huang and Zuckerberg is like a roadmap to the future, filled with opportunities, but also big challenges.
It's true. It's also a reminder that we're not just passive passengers with this technology. We can shape it in a way that benefits humanity.
Definitely. One area where AI is already having a big impact is content creation. We were talking about generative AI earlier and how it's being used to create images, but it can do so much more than that.
Oh yeah, Zuckerberg was talking about using it for things like creating images for WhatsApp conversations, but it can make text music and even videos.
Wow. So it's really opening up a whole new world for creators.
Exactly. And we're seeing the impact across so many industries, from entertainment and marketing to education. Imagine personalized lessons for each student or ads that change based on what people are doing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And we're only just at the beginning of this. This tech is changing so fast. But we need to remember the ethical implications, right?
Absolutely. For example, what about AI content being used to spread misinformation or harmful stereotypes?
Yeah, that's a real danger.
Yes.
It's so important that we develop AI with ethical guidelines and safeguards. We have to make sure it helps humanity, not hurts us.
Totally. And it's not just about ethical use. We also need to talk about how we build this AI-powered future. We talked about it before, but we should go deeper into the closed versus open ecosystems debate.
Right. Zuckerberg is all about open systems, like the PC era where Windows won. But as he said, Apple's closed system has been really successful with mobile phones. It's hard to know which way things will go with AI.
It's really interesting, especially with Meta's open source AI model, Llama, and their open VR and AR operating system, Horizon OS. They're putting a lot of faith in the open ecosystem.
And it's interesting to see how that compares to companies like NVIDIA. Huang sees the value in open source AI.
Yeah.
But he also talked about how companies like his are needed to make these powerful AI systems actually work.
It's a good reminder that the AI world is complex. It needs hardware manufacturers, software developers, researchers, and even policymakers working together. It's not simple.
Definitely not. And it's amazing to see how fast things are changing. This conversation showed us just how much is going on in the world of AI, and we're just getting started.
We really are. I'm curious, what other parts of AI are you excited to learn more about?
There's AI in so many areas now,
Mm-hmm.
but one that really fascinates me is how it's going to change work.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that. From getting rid of boring tasks to helping us do things better, AI is already changing things in a big way.
Just think about all the things it can do, like analyzing data
Oh, yeah.
and identifying trends,
Mm-hmm.
automating customer service stuff,
Right.
and even making creative content.
Definitely.
It frees us up to focus on more important stuff.
And this is really just the start.
I know.
As AI keeps getting better, we'll see even bigger changes.
It's kind of hard to even imagine. Some people think AI will create whole new jobs we don't even know about yet.
That's exciting.
It is,
Really
but it could also mean people lose their jobs as AI gets smarter.
That's the other side of it. We have to think
Wow.
about that now.
Yeah, we need to make sure people have the skills to work in this new AI world.
Exactly. It's all about learning new things and being able to adapt.
So while there are challenges, it seems like AI has huge potential to make things better.
Definitely. Like in healthcare,
No.
AI is already helping doctors find diseases earlier and come up with new treatments.
It's amazing to think about how AI could help people live longer and healthier lives.
And it's not just healthcare. AI is changing education, too. It can create personalized learning for students.
Imagine if every student had their own AI tutor that knew how they learn best.
It would be amazing. It could make education so much better for everyone.
This reminds me of something we talked about. before.
What's that?
We have to make sure AI is developed responsibly, especially in areas like healthcare and education.
Absolutely. We need fairness, transparency, and accountability so everyone benefits.
We can't just think about the technology itself. We have to think about the ethical and societal impact too.
Yeah, it's a balancing act, but it's really important. If we do it right, AI can create a better future for everyone.
I think this conversation with Huang and Zuckerberg has given us so much to think about. It's clear we're at a really important time for AI.
We are, and the choices we make now will shape the future of AI and how it affects society.
We need to be aware of the risks, but also embrace the opportunities AI gives us. If we use it wisely, it can help us solve some of the biggest problems in the world.
It's been really interesting talking about all this with you, and I hope everyone listening feels like they can learn more and be part of this conversation.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep exploring.